I really just want to wrap up this whole conversation around stupid people and the things that they say for their moments of gotcha or political pats on the back because they have nothing else to do. When you decide to be edgy and bombastic, you have to run a certain type of risk. And it's the risk that a bunch of people are going to see that. And then they're going to want you to no longer have access to finances, which is your job. Case in point, this woman, Christina, terrible name. When the flooding in Texas was going on in the aftermath and finding out that people are dead, finding out that homes and livelihoods are now changed, finding out that we got a camp full of kids missing, may all visitors, children, non-MAGA voters, and pets be safe and dry. Kerr County MAGA voted to gut FEMA. They deny climate change. May they get what they voted for. Bless their hearts. And supposedly that's supposed to be the thing that makes everything feel better about all of this. Now, need I remind you all that there are missing children, dead family members, homes off the foundation. And while it is true that there was a vote and there are these videos coming out of these people not really being for all that extra money coming into disaster relief.
We do not want more of Biden's mandates attached to keeping Biden's money.
But these people are communists. They hate America. They're teaching it in our schools. They're invading the border as we speak. I don't think we should take any money from the federal government because they can't be trusted.
Now, we don't need these funds here. We've done just fine. And we'll get by without them. But you spend this money, you're signing a contract with the devil, and the devil's in the White House.
If you vote to keep Biden's money, I will hold you personally responsible and personally liable.
The Biden regime has proven to be tyrannical and anti-American. There is no part of this administration that has the good of America or Americans at heart. We want no part in anything coming down from the federal government. This is Texas, and Texans can take care of Texas.
And I don't believe we should take the money. We should not have it. I don't trust our federal government. I don't think that they're truthful with us. And in these days and these times or whatever, we can't afford to make a mistake.
I am still not going to sit here and cheer on their death. I am not going to cheer on their misfortune. But of course, somebody will. And of course, people saw this and it went viral and the bitch lost her job because when you sit there and you say something like this and you post it online because you think no one can find your public available Facebook, you will run into a consequence of losing your job as a pediatrician. And so she got fired. She lost her job. She no longer can help people because she sit there and laughed at people dying. And so I want to read her response, her public apology for you all, because it screams, yeah, I thought I could do something, but in the grand scheme, I couldn't. I speak to you as a mother, a neighbor, a pediatrician, and a human being who's deeply sorry. I take full responsibility for a social media comment I made before we knew that so many precious lives were lost to the terrible tragedy in Central Texas. No, you moron. You looked at that and said, oh, it's time to start dancing because it don't matter how many. It don't matter that the precious lives was supposed to be like code for children were lost. You said that anyway. And I hold the unique opinion you wouldn't have apologized at all if people didn't breathe down your fucking back, if it didn't cost you your job, if it didn't cost you all that money, if it didn't cost you what you worked so hard to get to. Because any field of profession that involves a hospital takes time. It takes years to get to. And for you to piss that away because you got such a gripe with a bunch of motherfuckers who I think you don't even live by, congratulations on your stupid ass award. I would like to make it clear that my regrettable comment was in no way a response to the tragic loss of human life. That's not true. But the words were written were mine. And regardless of how they are presented, that is a fact and I deeply regret it. I want to apologize to each and every individual suffering through terrible loss in this difficult time. may they get what they voted for. So, do you really feel that bad about it in any capacity at any point? As news of heartbreaking fatalities became clear, I immediately removed my thoughtless comment, as it does not reflect the depth of my compassion or respect I have for each and every human life. May all non-MAGA voters and pets stay safe and dry, visitors and children. Okay, so, that's a lie. Even in these divisive times, some things are and should remain sacred. Human life is sacred. The well-being of children is sacred. Politics and party affiliations should never affect the judgment or actions of any medical provider and have never affected mine. May all voters and children, non-MAGA voters, Kerr County MAGA voted to give, they deny climate change, may they get what they voted for. So we're not really getting anywhere with that. Anyone who sat in my office, cried on my shoulder in moments of loss, afforded me the privilege of helping their children grow, or trusted me with their child's life, knowing that I am tirelessly committed to children's medical care and would never be so callous as to make such a remark about the lives cut so terribly short. I did not choose my words with the sensitivity in the moment required, with any awareness of the heartbreaking loss that would later become clear to all of us. It was clear to me because, I have a brain to understand that in the South, you're going to deal with this every single year. And for some reason, every single year, we get the same fucking people who will sit around and say, that's what you get, whether it be because of politics or some racial discrimination happening somewhere in another fucking state, and the karma is because of that. We get this every year. My comment came from a place of frustration, born of my belief that our community's first responders, healthcare system, early warning systems, and disaster infrastructure need more and better support and funding to help prevent any more disasters. And for that, I am deeply sorry. I respectfully ask that no responsibility or harassment be directed towards my former employer. They are kind, hardworking, dedicated, blah, 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 blah. You, madam, are a moron. You were dancing on graves because by the time you posted that, there was already one person dead, which is enough to make anybody say, damn, I am disheartened. By the time you posted that, we already knew about the missing kids, and that would have led anybody to say, damn. But you took that and you decided, fuck it, let's go the political route. You got other motherfuckers who are running around screaming this only happened because of DEI, and fuck them too. They're morons. The quickest way to show that you have a lack of compassion is when you look at something that occurs every fucking year, and instead of having that thing in your body that's called a heart to say, I hope people get found. I hope it's not a drastic change of people's life. I hope it's not anyone having to find their dead family member's bloated body after all the water then evaporated. But instead, we got to go the route of, well, it's time to talk about the politics of the matter. This wouldn't have happened because of this. It wouldn't happen because of that. It wouldn't happen because of this. Oh, the politicians turned the switch on to flood the entire state of Wyoming. Oh, we have to do it because of this. We got to do it because of that. You people fucking suck. And again, for the 90 millionth time, when you are that stupid to post on social media, you should run the risk of it going viral or somebody seeing it and sending it to your place of work. Why? Because as it's been the standard for years now, you can see something and make it go viral and be very upset about it, and you will try to ruin someone's life over it. Y'all call it, what, cancel culture? Cancel culture is not just exclusive to one political side. It happens based on your ineptitude and your fucking stupidity. And as long as you are that stupid, you will fall at the feet of a bunch of people who get online and see it, and they are going to want you to suffer. And this backhanded shitty apology where you, woman who is really old, finally discovered empathy in your long stretch of living this life, fuck you, your apology ain't worth shit. And for everybody else, I wish you a good day.